Welcome everyone to Friday Night Flights and welcome back to the wine room. It feels like forever since we've done a video in the wine room. In fact, believe it or not, it's been more than 3 months. March 19th, I think, was last time we shot a video from the wine room. Since then, we did one live from California. There was a non-tasting shot from my couch. There was a live video from Bailey, Colorado, and we can't forget there was Friday Night Franzia in the middle of all that for April Fools. The biggest wine news that we have is that wineries are back open, full capacity in the Denver area, at least in Colorado, and one of those being Spero Winery here in Denver. I'm happy to announce that Lisa and I will be pouring at Spero tomorrow from 1 to 5. Come see us. We'd love to see your smiling faces without masks and pour you some wine. In honor of that, the first wine that we're doing today is a Spero wine. This is Spero's 2015 Dry Muscat. This is a killer 16.14 alcohol by volume. It's not a wimpy wine. Part of that comes from the fact that it is aged in Stranahan whiskey barrels. So it's a Muscat grape produced in a dry format in a Stranahan whiskey barrel. It all comes together beautifully. It's also left on the skins a little bit longer, thus producing this orange color that you see. Not a typical color for wine, but actually for Muscat, orange Muscat is kind of a thing. Let's get a sense of what this is like. All right, on the nose on this, I immediately get some of that whiskey barrel, but I also get a different one. I get I would say like teak wood, something a little more exotic like that. A teak wood and an orange peel. Definitely some orange peel on the nose there. That is a woody, oaky wine. More of that orange comes through. I think there's some mandarin orange in there with some hints, actually, on the finish of strawberry. But definitely you get the whiskey notes on the finish. They're not overwhelming by any means, but you can definitely taste them in there. As for pairing this, I think this would go great with a cheese plate with some big funky cheeses like Roquefort and a big blue cheese. On the other hand, I would also pair it with some fruit-based desserts. Maybe some Palisade peaches with cream, and this I think would go wonderfully. Our second wine tonight comes from the Shenandoah Valley of California. Actually, the wine itself comes from the Napa Valley. The winery is in Plymouth, California, Shenandoah Valley, California. This is a brand new winery to us. This wine was given to us by some very special friends. This is Wilderotter Vineyards out of, like I said, Plymouth, California. This is their 2016 Cabernet Sauvignon. I was looking at the back of this. They only produced 225 cases of this. And if my math is right on that, that's about 2,700 bottles. That's all they produce. So they produce small amounts of each wine. This is a 14% alcohol by volume. Oh, wow. First thought is there's definitely some age on this. It's a 2016 wine. There's a mustiness to it. A little minerality. I want to say like a pumice stone on the nose. But definitely red and black fruits. Raspberry, blackberry. Almost actually get some dark red apple peel. Not necessarily the apple, the meat of the apple, but the peel. definite blackberry on the palate. Oh, that's delicious. Blackberry, cherry. There's some real earthiness to the palate. I get some dried spices. Like a dry spice mix on the finish. A little bit of an acidic bite to it on the finish. The tannins on this are medium to high. So it's a pretty dry wine. It's wonderful. I would be pairing this with a big juicy steak, but I always want to pair Cab Sauv with a big juicy steak. The other thing that comes to mind with this would be marinated braised short ribs. I think those would go wonderfully with this. Whatever you're having your wine with this weekend, cheers to you. Again, we had a Spero 2015 Dry Muscat and a Wilderotter Vineyards 2016 Cabernet Sauvignon. Come see Lisa and I at the winery tomorrow at Spero. We would love to pour for you. Or if you can't make that, give us a yell and let's go out to a winery sometime. Until we see you, cheers.